Hello everybody and welcome to Road to Worlds 24. This is episode 2? Episode 1 if you count the last one, it's just an intro, and episode 0, I have no idea. Anyway, if I sound like trash, it's because I am dealing with a cold. It came at the best time possible, so I'm so happy about that. Anyway, we've been making some progress on the Road to Worlds. We've actually got some information regarding what the point threshold is, we've got some new schedules and stuff like that, and we've got some results to record, so let's get into it, shall we? So, first of all, I want to give Piano Fish a shout out. If you are familiar with my content, he's all over it constantly. He's often my opponent in Pokemon TCG live streams. He's absolutely fantastic, and he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting for us in regards to recording results. So this is the Road to the Worlds 24 spreadsheet. I've made some adjustments to it already because of some new information that's come up. I will get to that in a second. But we now know the points that are needed, which is 500. We now know best finish limits of everything. There's a lot to go through. So before we talk about results, let's talk about what's happened as far as changes are concerned. So for the 2024 season, League Challenges and League Cups are both best finish limits of 6. That means your highest 6 results are the ones that are recorded. So if you have, for argument's sake, 6 third places and you get a 7th third place, that third place would not count. But if you got a first place, it would replace one of the third places. Does that make sense? I said place a lot. It's much easier to show in practice than it is to actually explain it in my mind. I really struggle. So, talking about the best finish limits, League Challenge, we've got a best finish limit of 6, and these are the reward points that are rewarded at different placements and the kickers. So they have been reduced, which is really nice. Basically, you need 21 players in a tournament to actually get points for the top 8. It used to be 24 players, I believe. So there's been some adjustments. I'll try and show them on screen what the changes are. League Cup similarly is dropped down to 21. There's 48, 80, and 128 where things kick in, which is really nice. Regional Championships have also had their kickers lowered down as well, so people in the top 128/256 have a much higher chance of getting points. And same with the internationals, that's also come down as well. I think EUIC and NAIC both broke 1,024 players, so that'd be the top 512 players, which I think is like anybody who gets like day 2 plus like a scoreline of maybe 6-3 or something like that. I don't know the exact maths, I'm sure smarter people know better than me, but yeah, that's very encouraging because they've lowered the best finish limit of some of the domestic challenges. Now, I've mentioned this in a previous video. Previously, it was definitely possible to hit the goals of 350 points, and it still would be technically, with the best finish limits from the cups and the challenges being 8 apiece. Now they've lowered them down to 6. The most points you can get by winning every cup and every challenge in your best finish limit of 6 is 390. So you still need 210 points from other sources. There's a lot of resources online already. They've kind of like gone through and tried to figure out, oh, this is the easiest way to do it and blah, blah, blah. But realistically, you just aim to play the best in everything. It's kind of the way I'm looking at it. Like, a lot of people go, oh, you need the bare minimum of like this and 512 and this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, just just play your best in every tournament. That's like the best way to do it. I don't understand the people that are like, I've hit this one and that's as far as I need to try. Just go for the wins, dude. That's what you need to go for. The other nice thing as well is regional winners and special event winners. They get automatic invites to Worlds now, regardless of points. And first and second place in internationals also get an invite as well. So some people might be able to just like knock out one regional, do like an amazing job, and then just get their Worlds invite and like rest for the rest of the year, which I think is really funny. But yeah, so now that we know all of that, we can actually like apply that to the spreadsheet, which I've already done, and we've got some results already, and there's one I haven't included because it didn't get me any points. And you know what, we'll add it live. Okay, that's added. So I have a list here. The first event that we did was a League Challenge at Manaflux. That was a top 4. Brilliant, straight away 10 points. Nothing too exciting to tell you on that one. I played Arc Duraldon, I believe. Did really well, very happy with that. Next up was Patriot Games with a League Cup. That was 59 players, and I came top 8. My first top 8 in a cup, and my god, did I have imposter syndrome. I do not feel like I deserved to be there. It was kind of wild. Nothing too exciting to report there either. I lost the first game, won the next 3, won the 4th one after, there's a bit of a story time on my round 5 opponent, but I won't get into that right now. But yeah, won that game and then ID'd into top 8 in my 6th game. There's around 6 rounds in total, so yeah, that was really good. That was a 4-1-1 scoreline, so really happy with that. Played a mirror match in the top 8, and I just got destroyed. The first game didn't go too badly, actually. We had a really good game of cat and mouse, basically, trying to, like, hit somebody, and then the opponent would hit, and they go, okay, retreat into that, use this one. It was quite fun. Second game was a complete donk. I started, I think, Alakazam, and had nothing else. It was awful. It was so bad, but I was really happy to get top 8. Points are always the aim. Next was a Manaflux Cup, and I'm convinced that because it's my local, it's cursed. I won 1, and then lost 3 on the trot. All the losses were complete misplays. I had a game where I massively overthought my play. There was a simple solution right in front of me, and I thought, no, I'm going to go the long way about it. That was stupid. Don't know why I did that. Another game, I attached double turbo energy to Arceus V-Star rather than V, and neither of them had any energy attached already. I had to do the play to Arceus, evolve 1 up, and then the one in the active, you know, powers everything else up. Then the next game was also a donk. It soaked. So yeah, I was incredibly tilted in that game. We don't talk about that. Then Glasshammer. That was a really fun one, actually. 5 rounds in total, 28 players. I won my first game, lost my next, won my third against Andy, which was not a happy victory at all for me. Then I lost my next game, and then I won my final game for a final score of 3-0. And it was a really weird thing as well, because we were trying to do the maths on like who was going to go into the top 8, or whether 3-2 would actually make it into the top 8. And I went and spoke to the judge, and she was like, so we know who the 7 of the top 8 are. We're waiting to find out who the last person is. And I said, is there any point in me sticking around because I've got a scoreline of 3-2-0? And she goes, I think one player will make it with 3-2-0. And so I was like, I just have to hope it's me. Like, my resistance was actually really good when I thought about it. 2 of the players that I lost to had already made it into the top 8, so I was like, that is really high resistance. One of the opponents dropped out. I was like, oh, that's not great. I was the only person who finished with a 3-2 scoreline, so I was the only one on 9 match points, so I got into the top 8 again. It was so good. My opponent was a Chen Pao in the top 8, and I played the first game as well as I could, took the win, lost the next 2. I just fell apart, unfortunately. It was a really good deck, though. It's one that's made me actually want to try it out. So, yeah, that was the last one. That was 25 points. So, my goal for the month was 35 points. I just wanted to get 10% at 350. We ended up getting 60 points, which ended up being more than 10% of the actual goal, which is 500 points. So, I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see on the spreadsheet, we're 12% of the way there. So, if we can keep up that, I'll be quite happy. We've got loads of League Cups coming up. We've got hopefully another League Challenge coming up locally, and I might try and find another one as well. Speaking of League Cups that are coming up, I actually keep a Discord of all the events we're looking at going to. So, for August at the moment, we have, well, I say at the moment, I need to find out what's going on with this. It's a bit awkward. We potentially got Crit Hit Games League Cup in Liverpool. And then we have Battleground Games on Saturday, 26th of August. I'm hoping we can find a couple more because it feels like it might be a month where I only do 1 League Cup and I'm trying to aim for 2 a month. So we'll see what happens. And we've also got 3 already lined up for September. We've got Sanctuary Gaming Centre in Mansfield, Saturday, 3rd of September. We've got Geek Retreat Kidderminster, Saturday, 9th of September. And then we've got a good couple of weeks break until Griffin's Gaming League Cup in Edgbaston, I think it is. Erdington? Edgbaston. Birmingham. It's somewhere in Birmingham on Sunday the 24th. So, yeah, we've got plenty planned for the next couple of weeks, or couple of months. And, yeah, I'm hoping to keep the streak up. I'd like to try and get a top 4 next. That's the goal, because we've got 2 top 8s. And, yeah, definitely got some goals there. So, speaking of regionals, I do have them here, but unfortunately they're a little screen, so let me just sort that out. So, for European regionals, and realistically, it's all I'm going to go to. I'm not traveling to America for regionals, I imagine, unless I win the lottery, in which case. We have Lille, France in October, which I have plans to go to. We have Gdańsk, Poland in November. We have Stuttgart, Germany in December, which, again, I'm hoping to go to. Liverpool, UK in January, which we did this year, and I'm looking forward to doing again. And Dortmund, Germany in February. On top of that, we also have special events in Europe. We have Barcelona in September, which I have no plans to go to. Do not want to go to Spain. 2-1 for me. And we have Utrecht, Netherlands in March as well, which is a possibility. With the current, like, structure of points and stuff like that, there's definitely a potential need to hit 1 or 2 more regionals than I plan to do, but we'll see what's available. So finally, to conclude this video, I want to talk about this month's goals. I'm going to try and tweet these every time I put them out as well, just so I can, you know, keep a track of them and, you know, tick them off as I go. So, 100 championship points in Pokemon TCG. We're on 60 right now, so we can certainly try our best. 500 subs on YouTube. We're on 410 at time of recording, so we might be able to do it, maybe, we'll see. Consistently put out an OC original content video each week. That's this one for this week. Not play Arceus/X any cup or challenge. That's going to be a fun one. I've got a couple of decks in mind to try out. Learn and top 8 with a new deck, which kind of comes under the previous one. But, you know, it's a double goal maybe. Put together Charizard EX, show it isn't cope. I've been singing the virtues of Charizard EX for a while now, and everyone I talk to is like, it's not that good, it's not that great. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be even better in September once 151 comes out, but we shall find out. Maybe that's the deck I try and play at the end of the month once it's legal. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's been a bit quick. I know it's probably not as detailed as I'd like it to be. My original plan was to like record a mini vlog after every event, and I've just not kept up with it, unfortunately. I will try my best to do that this month. There'll be this video coming out. This will be out Wednesday. Yeah, it should be out Wednesday. I'm going to get it edited once I've finished recording. I've got pre-release on Thursday, so I'll try and get a video recorded for that, show the pulls and stuff like that. Then I think, hopefully this weekend, as long as I'm not feeling too bad, I have full intent on sorting out some more Beginner's Guide too. We haven't touched a couple of decks that are big in the format right now, like God of War and Lost Box. There's definitely a couple of ones I want to look at as well. Definitely more videos to come. Definitely more Twitch streams to come. We've got loads of content, hopefully. I just need this illness to go away, because it's just come out of nowhere, and now that I'm talking, it's not too bad. But my god, I was awful yesterday, and I've not been great today, so I'm glad it's held off a little bit. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this, guys. I will keep improving these videos. Do let me know if there's anything you want to hear, see, or anything like that. All my social media links are in the description below, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.